Alright guys, so welcome back to BucknGames and you are watching Death Stranding 2 on the beach. There's nothing on the table for us, so you know what, let's get to the surface.
Hey, Sam. I have a nightmare question for you. Give it a go.
A nightmare question? What is the question? Only one may you choose. Choose well. Only one. I mean, is there a specific reason, like should I choose somebody because I know well? Because if you go back to Death Stranding 1, then obviously we have a long history between Fragile and Sam. He used to work for her, as far as I know, because I haven't played the original game. And Sam also knows Higgs, but Higgs is the villain. Also, Rainy is introduced in this game, so is Tomorrow. If it is not based on relationships, then I would definitely choose Tomorrow, because remember that scene where she fought against all those mechs? So obviously Tomorrow is the one I'll choose. So is it a wrong answer? Because this happened to me a couple of times, and when Rainy was asking these questions and I ended up answering them all 4 times in order to get them correctly. Let's see, I don't know. No, I guess not. So it was just a question like who would you choose? It's a simple question. Okay, so it doesn't matter anyway, so let's see what missions we have from this terminal. I guess we don't have any missions. So, but before we move out, let me see what type of cargoes we have. We have, this is a lost cargo, this is a lost cargo, again a lost cargo. This is an aid request cargo. Okay. Again a lost cargo. So most of them are actually lost cargoes. Only the one that is supposed to be delivered to the Motherhood is actually the aid request cargo. You know what I'll do? I'll just entrust all of this lost cargo to some other porters instead of delivering them by myself, because I can't be carrying so many cargoes on my backpack. Okay, so let's entrust these cargoes to other porters, but before that I would like to fabricate a off-roader. Okay, so you have reached the number of limits. Okay, so if I fabricate one more off-roader, then my first off-roader will be given to some other porter, which I cannot allow because that is parked at the mechanic's place. It has a lot of valuable cargo. I don't want to lose them. Let me just check if I can get back the second off-roader that I have parked. It is actually hanging off this cliff over here. If I can get it up by some means. It's stuck in a pretty weird way, and judging by the looks of it, it is totally damaged, so no point in taking it back. I can't repair this anytime soon, and to be honest, it's stuck in a bad way. So you know what, I'll just entrust the lost cargoes. That way I'll just lose a couple of kilos from my backpack and free up some space so that I can carry the cargo that is needed for this particular main story mission. Okay, so let's activate the terminal. I'll just entrust these cargoes. I don't think I can't entrust the cargo that is assigned by the Motherhood, because that is an aid request. These are all lost cargo. I will have to carry that by myself.
Transporting this cargo is appreciated. The delivery will be assigned to another porter.
Okay, so now take on a new order. It's little bit far away, but it's in this hilly region, so since I cannot create an off-roader, I will have to go there by foot. I do think it is going to be a little bit heavy, yeah. It's a good thing that I entrusted those cargoes. Okay, so let's fabricate. You know what? I don't think I will be needing any guns or any sort of weapons because the route is relatively safe. So let's just head out. And besides, carrying new weapons is just gonna be creating more weight, which will be making it very difficult for me to travel by foot. Where do you have to go? That is the Motherhood. So this is the destination. You have to climb up the hill. Suddenly I just realized that my footwear is completely ruined. So I'll just have to craft a new pair of shoes. And you know what? Since I'm here, I'll also craft the climbing power gloves. Was it? I'll have to see. But before that, I'll have to recycle some. Okay, so that gun is completely damaged. I'll recycle that gun, and this footwear is completely damaged. And obviously the combat gloves and the skeleton. Yeah, recycle them, and I'll just craft new ones for me. Okay, so let's fabricate. There's the shoes. I can go with combat shoes, but sneaking, you know, it is always helpful because I am playing in a stealth way. But in this particular mission, it doesn't matter. So I'll just choose the sneaking boots instead, and the power gloves. Obviously, it will come really handy because they said that these gloves helps you to climb up steep slopes. I do not know. Let's find out if it's true or not. And obviously, I cannot forget the Boca skeleton. I wish we could have like a level 3, but right now we have to deal with level 1. So I'll equip all of these. First the shoes, then the Boca skeleton, and then the gloves. So we are ready to go. And but before I head out, I would also like to change this. Yeah, I guess I'll try this one. It's a new one, and it also helps us to escape from gazers and watchers. Dollman has nothing to worry about. I'll just change this hat because this hat gives more stamina recovery. So let's head out, but let's auto arrange the cargo. We have to travel a long distance in order to deliver this cargo, but I can see one of those zip lines over there. Maybe I'll just try and use them. I had used the zip lines before and it's quite easy. They just send you from point A to point B, provided that there is another zip line waiting in the direction that you want to head. Hopefully this is the case, but if not, if there is no zip line connecting to that direction, it doesn't matter because I will have to climb up on this hill anyways in order to reach the destination. So it's not going to be a waste climbing up. So there is our zip line. Let's use it. And so it's connecting to another zip line on top of the mountain. Yeah, it is going to help us a lot. Let's try it. I wonder how far does it goes. Let's find out. It is actually one of the safest way to travel from point A to point B. You can travel there the fastest way, and also obviously the cargo will not get damaged since there's no chance in hell that it can get damaged. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Going down again. You know, while I was thinking that I will be constructing the roads all over the entire map, but I think constructing zip lines would be a better thing to do because it will help us to travel easily. Although it will require some materials, but hey, the roads also require some materials too. I'll just use zip lines. I guess it's not connecting to anywhere else, so I'll have to drop down and move forward. This slope actually reminds me from the scene when we actually started playing Death Stranding, the very first scene. We are climbing down from a hill, going to our home with Lou. Over here we're just climbing up. That's the difference, and it's snowing. And another thing is that Lou is dead, or I think he is. So it looks like if we follow along this path, then we'll easily be able to reach to our destination. All we have to do is just not get down from the hill. That's it, because climbing up is actually a very problematic, because the hill is very steep and it is very difficult to climb. I guess we'll have to climb up these rocks too in order to get up. See, just climbing up on these rocks is difficult. Alright, so before we proceed, let's quickly just save, because if by chance we fall down, then the cargo will get damaged and I will have to reload. So it is better to start from this point. That's why I'm gonna make a quick save before we continue. And it is very easy to mess up things in this game, just because the nature of this game, if the cargo gets damaged, you get lower rating. What the? I think we got stuck somehow. I'll try to jump. No, it's not working. I'll try to climb up. It's not working either. I think it is a glitch, or I am definitely stuck. Maybe I found a point in this game where you actually, can get stuck by the environment. Alright, so let's just quickly grab a ladder, and I'll just try and climb my way out of this mess. If only I can deploy this ladder. Even I can't even deploy a ladder. Just imagine. It's a good thing that I had saved recently. Otherwise, I would have had to load from the very beginning of this mission. Alright, so let's go this way instead. I definitely don't want to get stuck again. So I'll just walk across the snow instead of climbing over rocks. One more thing to add is that just like timefall, I mean the rain that falls in Death Stranding is known as timefall, as you all know. This snowfall is also having the same effect as timefall. This is gonna also damage my cargo and any other equipments like my guns and grenades and anything else. So I'll just quickly check the condition of the cargo that I am carrying. The container has been damaged, but the cargo is still okay. I cannot let the container get more than 50%. I think 50% is the safe mark. I have seen that if a container gets more than 50% damage, then chances are that the cargo will also get damaged, but that is not the case all the time. But still, I'll use a container repair spray if necessary, and I may well just construct a timefall shelter. So we're reaching the edge of this cliff. No, I think there is a continuity. It is made of snow instead of rocks. That's the difference. But I will try and walk on these top portions instead of climbing down, because getting up is very difficult. It consumes a lot of stamina. So I'll just walk on the topmost edges. This is a good time to construct a timefall shelter. This area looks nice, so I will just construct one. Okay, so I need a PCC level 1. Okay, and let's construct a timefall shelter. There it is. I might just take some rest. Yeah.
Construction process now.
The cargo is pretty heavy and this mountain region is taking a toll on Sam. So let's check the condition of the cargo. All the container has been repaired. Timefall shelters are actually a blessing, to be honest, in this game. I'll just quickly make a save so that if something goes wrong, I can continue from this point. So enough rest, let's head on. Uh-oh. Gate quick.
Sam, look out!
Was that an avalanche? Glad I'm in a safe zone.
Great time. No arguments here.
What the? Why is it covered like this? Okay, so let's head out. The cargo container has already started to take some damage, as you can see. Just like I was saying, the snow has the same effect as timefall, so glad I bought 2 container repair spray with me. Okay, so let's climb up these rocks. Now I'm glad that I didn't bring the off-roader, because such a steep hill, the off-roader wouldn't have been able to drive anyway. You know, I think I'll drink some water Just to recover the stamina. We're not that far, but this hilly region, the steep slopes, and the snow and timefall, all of these are actually making my life harder. Otherwise, if it was a plain surface, we would have already reached and delivered our package. These kind of steep slopes are very difficult to climb. It just takes too much time, too much stamina, and on top of that you cannot use your off-roader or tri-cruiser. I wish there was some better way. Okay, so thin air. So that's another problem. But I hope I have a lot of cryptobiote in my inventory. I don't know, I have to check. I kept collecting those creatures, but I haven't really kept a track on how many I have. I guess I'll have to see, because in such a region they are Sam's only hopes for not passing out. I would also like to see what happens if Sam actually passes out because of thin air. Does he die, or does he get knocked out like we saw in the river? Because of lack of stamina, he fell down, all the cargo got scattered all over the place. There goes the cinematic camera. Okay, now it's back to the normal camera again. It's just like in the opening scenes of Death Stranding 2, from one camera to the cinematic camera. I never pressed any keys, it just happened automatically. Walking on the steep slopes, on one side, half of Sam's, I mean, especially the right side of Sam is actually can't keep a track. Oops. Uh-oh. Did I damage the cargo? Let me just quickly check. Now the container is damaged. The cargo is okay. I better hurry up. It's 20% damage already. You know what? I think I'll use the container repair spray. Since I have two of them, might as well just use one. Alright, so everything back to normal. Let's head up. And yeah, this container repair spray is actually a lifesaver. And let me just look for the cryptobiote. Oh, there it is. I'll just eat one, because we're in a very high altitude, so this will prevent Sam from passing out. Can you feel the pain, guys? The pain Sam is enduring just to deliver this cargo. You know, playing this game is actually even more painful. I'm already starting to have neck pain, and it's very difficult to continue like this. So you know what? I'm not going to be editing out any portion of this journey, because this journey is of a separate experience. Till now, this is the most hardest delivery that I made on foot. Chlorobiote. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, if I consume the stamina, it recovers stamina. So I'll use this. I only have 4 of these, so better keep a stock. Because I'm out of water, so I will be needing these. Because climbing up on the rocks is pretty risky. You may fall down and damage your cargo, even you may even damage your health. So I prefer to climb up on steep slopes if they are plain like this one, snowy portions, rather than on the rocky regions. So where is the destination? Okay, so there it is. We have to go there. I guess I'll just have to climb up because I think that destination is on the upper regions rather than the lower regions. So it is much easier to climb up now because we're actually in the higher altitudes. And if we climb down, then later on, if by chance we drop a lot of stamina, then it will be difficult to climb up again. So I will just quickly stand next to the corner, next to the edge, and gaze at this beautiful sight. Just look at this. You know, this is a place where we actually should set up a camp. And we can see our facility over there. We have to climb all the way down. I was wrong. You know what? I'll be using a climbing anchor. Had enough of this hilly region. Let's see what a climbing anchor can do for us. So let's climb down. This is, I think, the most useful tool in the entire game. I will keep holding on to this rope till I reach a safe area. Okay, so this area looks a little bit safe, so let's move forward from here. Let's walk really slowly. One small mistake and we can fall to our death. I meant the cargo get damaged, but that is actually equal to death for me because traveling such a long distance and suddenly you fall down and your cargo gets damaged, that is worse than death to me. You know what? A climbing anchor is the one that I need right now. Yeah. Let's face it, you cannot climb down without a climbing anchor in such a hilly region. The rope has reached to its end, and if I let go now, I'm surely gonna die. I better climb up to a portion of this hilly region where it is relatively safe to plant another climbing anchor. This region looks a little bit safe. Yeah, I guess I'll use another climbing anchor from here. Just because I had a lot of climbing anchors with me. Otherwise, you know, at this point of time, what would I have done? Either I had to reload the entire save from the facility portion, or had to be very careful and climb down this hilly region, which would actually technically be impossible for me. Oops, almost fell down. Alright, so another climbing anchor, and hopefully we'll be able to reach to the ground. I'm having a hard time planting this climbing anchor. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully I reach to the bottom with the help of this one. If not, then I'll still have another one left. This is the first time that I'm using so many climbing anchors at once. Okay, so I think I'll have to use another one. And we have made it. Thank God. Okay, so now all that is left is to deliver this cargo to the facility. Sam can barely walk, and I can understand just by playing this. I feel the same way too. That should restore some of his health. So if you're enjoying this video, then please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. I regularly post Death Stranding 2 walkthrough videos, and I am planning on finishing this game. Side by side, I'm doing Mafia the Old Country, and I'm doing a giveaway for that game too. So if you're interested, you can go and check that series. I have a playlist for both Death Stranding and Mafia the Old Country, and I'm planning on doing each and every single player AAA title that is gonna come out. But obviously there are so many games coming out, it's technically impossible. But let me know which game you want me to play next, and I'll do a complete walkthrough of that game. And probably a giveaway too.
Actually made it here, huh? Or am I just imagining things? Right. Now check that cargo of yours. Hell, I'm impressed. Did you really get this stuff here without it getting scuffed up at all? Truth be told, been waiting a long time for this moment. But I always knew you'd come my way. Go ahead and use your Cupid to get me online.
All right, oxygen mask.
Now displaying your current order grade. All right, connected to the network, which means I can finally start fixing up this observatory. In case you haven't heard, we've been seeing an increase in chiral density in every region as the network has expanded. More instances of strange phenomena outside network coverage too. And I've been told this is indicative of plate gate emergence. You know, after being alone all this time, I wasn't sure I'd be able to stay the course. Till you arrived with that life-saving cargo. Should be all set to hold down the fort now. Not exactly a one-man job, but I'll do my team proud. Oh, I've shared schematics for an oxygen mask with you. I'll help you stay active in areas where the air's thin. Personally, I'd recommend you wear one at all times when you're in my neck of the woods. Tar current fluctuations and whatnot. mostly in the eastern part of the continent and elevated regions. Going forward, I'll also be paying very close attention to signs of plate gate emergence. Unfortunately, the chiral cloud layer has been gradually descending ever since I got here. Everyone was suffering from exposure, and I'm the only one who stuck around. You're the first friendly face that I've seen in a minute. You know, at high altitudes, on mountains, like this one, for example. And if you climb above the cloud layer, you've got even less oxygen to breathe. Saps your energy even if you're not doing anything strenuous. Over time, you'll cover less distance and be at increased risk of slipping and falling. It's a good idea to wear your oxygen mask to help you stay strong and sharp. Mother Nature won't show you any mercy around these parts. The biting cold and steep slopes will slow you down, or stop your progress altogether. Now would be a good time to make sure that you're fully prepared for the journey ahead. By the way, the aeronautical engineer who lives northwest of here just posted a sub-order for you. Seems something at the Ghost Mech factory's got him all hot and bothered. Help him out and he might hook you up with some useful gear. In any case, I hope you'll come visit me here again sometime. I understand it's a lot to ask folks to make the trip on a regular basis. But that's why I'm hoping I can offer you stuff that'll be of use in hazardous conditions like these. Keep on keeping on, man. And thanks again for all your help.
This is the President, Sam. Chiral network coverage has just passed the 75% milestone here in Australia. The next leg of your journey will take you to the southern part of the continent. Once the remaining regions have been integrated into the network, the manifestation of a new plate gate is all but guaranteed. Marshal your strength to overcome the final hurdles and make this continent whole again. We're all counting on you.
Sam, Rainey's not doing so great. It might be more of a mental than a physical issue, but I'm honestly not sure. Do you remember the doctor from the Motherhood? We think she should be able to help ease Rainey's anxieties. It was Tommen's idea. We already reached out, and she said we could come visit anytime. Since the Motherhood's within the chiral network, we can use the Magellan to travel there. Once you've made it back to the ship, just head to your private room and settle in. You can use the trip to catch up on sleep. But if there's anything you need to take care of before we depart, now would be the time to do so.
Sam, I'm contacting you via a different protocol. This private mode affords me a direct connection to you alone. It seems Drawbridge has reason to suspect that APAC may have been involved in the production of ghost mechs. This possibility concerned me as well, so I conducted my own investigation and reaffirmed that APAC's underlying technologies are iterations of an older Bridges framework. What I'm getting at, Sam, is that the guilty party is not APAC, but Bridges. Which is to say, the UCA may also have some involvement with ghost mech production. This would perhaps explain why firearms and other weapons have become commonplace on the Australian continent. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. Though Americans first took up arms to liberate themselves from British colonial rule, they retained the right to bear arms so that they might defend themselves against future government tyranny. APAC has no such designs, of course, but Higgs has used factories to obtain weapons in an attempt to subjugate the continent through violent action. And so, the people of Australia have, in response, been forced to take up arms in self-defense. A distinctly American philosophy, and one which would appear to have spread to this continent. The more we seek to unite the people with metaphorical ropes, the more essential sticks seem to become. This particular situation is one that I feared might come to pass, which is precisely why I determined that it must not be the UCA, but a civilian organization which takes the lead in expanding chiral infrastructure. But if the UCA is indeed somehow implicated in these events, it may dramatically alter the calculus. I realize it must be vexing not knowing what to believe, Sam. Should I learn more, I'll contact you at once. For my part, I have a favor to ask. I must insist you not disclose that we've been in direct contact. There's no telling who may be involved with what at this stage.
Order completed. Well done.
Alright, so let's check what else we have, what type of order. But before that, I would like to fabricate that oxygen mask. Is it in the customization section? No, it's not here. Not here. Where could it be? Oh, there it is. I missed it, but okay, so let's fabricate that and I'll equip it. But along with this, I would also like to maybe a couple of weapons, maybe. Container repair space enough I have. Climbing anchor is something I need. That is actually a lifesaver in this hilly region. So I'll put the climbing anchors onto my backpack and I'll equip this one if I can. Yeah. Okay, so I'll take this. No problem. Since I'm here, I'll take this order. So let's head out.
Order accepted. Thank you.
That weird noise, I think it's because Sam is wearing the oxygen mask. Kind of looks cool. Like a spaceman.
I'm counting on you, man.
That's a pretty long way to go, but before I head to the ship, I am going to be doing this because who knows, I might get locked out of doing any other mission. So might as well, since I'm here, I'll just do one final mission before I proceed to the DHP Magellan. So we're finally close to the destination. So this is actually the factory that we blew up previously, where we had to defeat a lot of mechs. Remember, a huge giant mech was there, and after defeating it, like 3 tar-like creatures came out of it. So this is the place. Now all we have to do is just take the equipment and deliver it. That's it. And I would try to edit out the unnecessary long journey that I am taking, because I'm walking all over the map by foot because I seems to have lost my off-roader for some reason. Otherwise I'll have to go to the mechanic to take one, and the other one got stuck at the adventurous place. So obviously if I construct another one, then the first off-roader which is stuck at the mechanic's place will be automatically given to some other porter, which I don't want because I have valuable cargo stored in it. So obviously that is the reason I am not going to be crafting another off-roader. So let's just find the device. So there is the cargo. Okay, so
Alright, we got it. Let's deliver the cargo to the aeronautical engineer.
alright, so let's go to the engineer and deliver this. The battery for my Boca skeleton is also dead, as you can see. So I can't even sprint or climb up faster on mountains without recharging it. And currently, until I get inside a chiral network, I won't be able to craft a generator. So there are a lot of these bugs. Okay, these bugs are actually lifesaver. I learned that the hard way in the hilly regions. I'm currently outside the chiral network, so I cannot craft a generator even if I try. And my water is also empty. So all that is left, I should be eating this chlorobiote. It's still a long way to go. So we have finally reached the destination, the aeronautical engineer. It has been a very, very rough journey.
Good evening,
But
Sam.
we finally made it.
Credentials verified.
And it wasn't that much interesting as the previous one, so I'll just try to edit this journey out. Probably by the time you're seeing this, I've already edited the entire journey out. Anyway, so let's deliver and report.
Must have been quite the ordeal hauling yourself up here. I salute your dedication. You found the cargo I asked you to recover, I presume. I'll go ahead and take stock of what you brought. This cargo's in absolutely amazing condition. You're the best. Jeez, you've completed an absolute mountain of work. I don't know any other porters half as ambitious. Your assistance has ensured that I have what I need to carry out my research. I hope I can rely on your help again. Go ahead and link me up with your Cupid. If the network's as amazing as everyone says it is, then I'll want in.
Wow, floating sentry gun. This is going to be very useful.
Now displaying your current order grade.
So this is what it's like to be on the network. The computational capabilities are far beyond what I anticipated. Amazing. Oh, and it's already yielded a useful result. Let me share this data with you. It's for a floating sentry gun. Toss it in the air and it'll hover in place, after which it'll target and engage nearby hostiles. And since it fires MP bullets, you don't have to worry about unintentionally killing people. But that's not all. I've refined the design of the cargo catapult so that you yourself can climb inside and be launched into the distance. A useful option if you want to bypass particularly rugged terrain along with your cargo in a single quick trip. I mean, I have to say, it's incredible what the chiral network can help us achieve. If you deploy them wisely, you can use sentry guns to keep your enemies occupied for a while. And while they're distracted, you can sneak into secure locations or break contact with pursuers and make your escape. They've got all kinds of strategic applications, really. But they're not capable of tracking BTs, so don't expect them to help with those. Anyway, I created the guns by using the network to combine data from the cargo you brought me with my own research results. This means they can be fabricated using existing materials. Yeah, the chiral network's pretty impressive, isn't it? Bloody oath you can! It's an innovation made possible through the application of my research. The core launch mechanism hasn't changed though, so you can't steer the pods like traditional aircraft. But you can adjust your trajectory to hone in on a landing point once the parachute is opened. Traveling by air in this fashion is an efficient way to traverse uneven terrain with minimal effort. Of course, you want to make sure your flight path is clear of obstacles before you launch. It's entirely possible to fly smack bang into a wall if you're reckless, and that would hurt. A lot. Yeah, some people should think twice about using catapults, but I'm pretty sure you'll be careful. Thanks again. I'm glad we could meet. You've given me a renewed hope for the future of my work here. Come visit me again. Maybe I can find a way to make your work easier too.
Order completed. Well done.
Alright, so let's see what orders he has for us. I'm gonna be taking the order that is very easy to carry. Yeah, I can take this order. It's not that far away. And it's just a little bit of recovery. So I'll guess I'll take these two. I'll leave the first one maybe for another video. But first I'm gonna be doing this order. Let me just quickly check the sentry gun. There it is, the floating sentry gun. I'll be needing it later.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Yeah, this is what I need now, a generator. Let me just recharge the entire battery of this Boca skeleton. The past couple of orders actually, used up all the battery of my Boca skeleton. This has never happened before. Although the first journey was very exciting, but the second one wasn't that much. Okay, so there is the catapult. Let me just quickly check where do I have to go. So that is the Motherhood and that is the DHP Magellan, and I can't seem to find out the place where the cargo has been lost. I have to recover. Okay, so that is the location. Alright, so let's go down. It's funny, when you have so many markers, it becomes very difficult to point out to the one that you actually want to travel to. Alright, so there is some of the lost cargo. There are 6 pieces as I can see from here, but I hope all the pieces are there together. If they're very far away, then that is gonna make me travel a lot. And climbing up and down this place is absolutely a hell of an experience. I hate it. It seems so close, but yet they are so far away. Okay, so we got our first cargo and 5 more to go. This is the second. There's our third.
Time for a drink.
And there is our fourth. And 5th and 6th can be this way, but I don't know. Should I go all the way down? Let me just quickly check. Yeah, 2 more pieces to go. You know what? Something tells me that the other 2 pieces are not gonna be that far away. It's gonna be located somewhere in this place only, because the circle points out to the place where all the lost cargo can be located, and the circle wasn't that big when I got here. So might as well just climb up the hill. I should drink some water, you know. I can't even run because of this snow. Even if I try, this is the maximum speed that I'm getting. Oh, okay, so there are the pieces, number 5 and number 6. So let's walk up. Thank goodness I didn't go down the hill, otherwise it would have been a nightmare getting up. I wonder if the Boca Skeleton level 3 allows us to run in such a high hilly region. I guess I'll have to unlock it. If it was a normal plain surface, I would have already picked the cargo up and ran back to the facility. It's because of this snow and this very steep slope that is taking so much time.
You've recovered everything then. Great. Let's get it delivered.
You know what? I think I might just use the zip line. Oh, okay. So it's not connecting to anyone. If I would have just set up another zip line, I could have just used it. Okay, so let's just save before we proceed. And always check the condition of the cargo because of timefall, obviously. It's getting pretty difficult to climb up. What the?
I'm afraid you've dropped some cargo, sir.
Oh, come on. I hope it's not the main cargo. It is the main cargo. I wonder how much damage it took. Let's just quickly check. It took 8% damage, but since I have more than one, I do have a chance to get less than 5% damage and an ace rating. So okay, that's not too bad. Alright, so let's keep moving. You know what? I think I'll just use this catapult for the first time. I'll just launch the cargo onto the aeronautical engineer's place. It's very close from here. That way we can walk without any more problem having to carry so many cargo on the backpack. Okay, so let's just... Okay, so put all the cargo into this and then I'll just launch it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So many cargo, just imagine. Alright, so we're ready to go and launch it. Now all we have to do is just aim at that proper direction. This is the closest it can get. Okay, so let's just try it. Bam! It's so cool. Alright, so let's get down. It will be a lot easier since we don't have so many cargo to carry.
Remember to rest. Thank you.
I just hope that all the cargo is in perfect condition. It didn't get damaged because I've never used the catapult before. This is my first time. Let's see the condition of this cargo. Let me just pick them up quickly. Yeah, they seem to be in a good condition. The container may have been a little bit of damaged, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so let's go and deliver this.
Hey.
Alright, so only 1% damage. That's nice.
Look at you. Putting in the hard yakka even in this weather. Well, better check your orders, I suppose. Well, there's no denying you brought a bounty. I was half tempted to cheer when I saw it. You've actually inspired me to come up with a new idea. I'd love it if you could try it out. More materials on hand means more options at your disposal. I'll increase the amount you can take from here.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Oh, almost forgot what I was going to say, but it's come back to me now. I've improved your blood boomerang. Both its damage and maximum range have increased. The chiral network is really coming clutch in that regard. It's enabled me to perform all sorts of simulations to test potential upgrades. Anyway, be sure to give your new and improved boomerang a try. As for my next project, I'm thinking of developing something with cosmetic appeal. You know? I hope I can count on your support for that. Take care.
Order completed. Well done.
You know what? Since we're here, might as well take the other order. I'm heading to that direction anyway, so and it's very close by. I'll just select that one. Yeah, this one I'm talking about. Let's take the order and deliver it to him.
Order accepted. Thank you.
You know, I have a crazy idea. You know, for this time, what if I got inside the catapult and launched myself? That would also save me time. I wonder if I can carry the cargo on my backpack. Is the backpack allowed if Sam gets inside the catapult? That is what I'm worrying about, but let me just quickly try this. That will be a new experience. Alright, so let's get inside. Enter the catapult. Let's go, guys. I'm really excited for this. Okay, so now let's point at that direction. But the problem is this rock is getting in the way. I hope I don't hit the wall. No, we're actually flying. Okay, so open the parachute. We have to open a parachute?
Oh, what a wonderful view!
It is wonderful. So are we stuck? Or are we getting down? No, you can move a bit, but it's taking a lot of time to just get down. I wish there was a faster way. But anyway, I don't have to travel by foot. That is actually a lifesaver. Catapults are very useful now. I guess I'll construct another one. whenever I can. I just want to get off this thing. It's just taking so much time. Finally. Alright, so let's head down. Obviously not inside the DHP Magellan. We're gonna go over there onto that facility. We're so close now. But since our battery ran out, I have to walk slowly.
Well done.
Good morning to you.
Oops. Have to be very careful. The last thing I want is just fall down at this stage. I mean, we're so close to the delivering the cargo. I could just take the staircase. I saw a staircase right there. You know what? Since I'm here, I'll just put up a sign since everybody's doing that. Let's see. Yeah, you got this. This is the sign. Because this is what I actually need to hear right now. After all that I've been through. In this particular video, that is.
Long time no see.
Alright, so let's deliver and report.
Weather couldn't have made it easy, but you made it here safe and sound. Give me a sec to check order data. This cargo's looking pretty sweet. You're awesome. I'd like to share this with you. Hopefully you can make good use of it. I've been reviewing materials allocations. Made it so you can withdraw more for fabrication if you like.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The stabilizer is a device that can be attached to your backpack. When you lose your balance while carrying cargo in the field, it'll help you to regain control. In areas with uneven terrain where it's easy to slip, it's a very useful piece of gear. Though it's only now made its way here. You probably used one back in the UCA, so I'm guessing there's no need to sell you on it. Requires battery power though, so keep an eye on your charge level when you're running it. My way of thanking you for everything. Stay safe out there, man.
Order completed. Well,
So we made it to the DHP Magellan. Now all that is left is to just go and see what Fragile is talking about. Something happened to Rainy, so this is the main mission, I guess, for now. Let's see what happens. Now all we have to do is take a nap while the ship takes us to the Motherhood.
Good morning, Sam. The DHV Magellan is currently docked near the Motherhood shelter. And escort arrived a little while ago to take Rainey inside. The doctor has requested to see you as well. Head on over whenever you feel ready.
Alright, so let's head out.
Snow. Huh.
It's snowing everywhere. I think it's the winter season now. So the seasons also change in this game. That is something new.
Give it your all. Welcome.
Hang on. I'm gonna be posting another sign. Yeah. Since everybody's doing it, why not I should? I should also do it. Alright, so let's get inside.
Close your eyes. It's okay. You can trust me. It's a healthy baby girl. She's beautiful. She certainly is. Okay, coming up on 3 minutes. Someone needs to go home. Yes, they are. Your womb is connected to a beach. Now, open your eyes. Rainey, the child you're carrying is not dead. It's just that time has stopped in your womb. Your daughter and her mother are in perfect health.
But there's still no treatment, is there?
When the balance between our world and the beach is finally restored, you will give birth. There's nothing to worry about. Come on. All in due time. So wait and have faith that you and your child will be fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about you?
Someday I'll have a son, but until then I get to see him once a month. It'll all work out.
Yeah.
For all of us.
Sorry, but would it be all right if I took another look at your pod?
Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'll head back first.
The thing is, when I did my examination on your pod, I got the strangest feeling. The BB in that pod was there far longer than any typical BB. I'd like to check your pod's production number. If it's an official model, it'll have one inscribed on it.
I can tell you right now, there's no number written on it.
No, it wouldn't be on the outside. It would be inscribed on the inner wall. Now, you can't open a pod without endangering the BB's life, but there is a way that we can peek inside. See? Right there. See, a pod's production number is a record of when the occupant was transferred from the still mother's womb. Sort of like a BB's date of birth.
Impossible. 11 years ago. On the very same day as the Void Out.
Lou's date of birth was 11 years ago.
And not just that. The serial number is BB00. Which would make Lou one of the first test subjects.
Yeah. That would appear to be the case, yes.
If we scour the archives for any mention of BB00, there's a chance we might learn more about Lou's past.
You really should try and put this behind you. And digging up the past won't help.
I think it's time we return to the DHV Magellan.
You know, Sam, seeing as you've come so very far, you should take a moment to see to any unfinished business before you commit to new obligations.
So that means, am I gonna get locked out of all the side missions if I proceed? If that's so, then alright, so if that's the case, then I'm gonna be stopping the video here. I'm not gonna be proceeding to the main mission right now. I'll be completing the side quests and the aid requests that are left, and after that only I'm gonna be proceeding to the main mission. I don't want to get locked out. So guys, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. This is BucknGames. Take care. Bye.